Hi, my name is Matt. I'm one of the developers of the XCOP game, and I'm gonna go through the game. It comes out tomorrow, so I thought this would be kind of a fun way to celebrate. Here we go. You gotta be careful about which 4 people we picked on each side for that. Don't want to give away any of the plot of the game or reveal too many of the good guys right away. And this is literally the beginning of the very first comic. The whole first mission is that whole first page. And fun fact, I guess, the mission we're getting ready to go on is the very first mission that we built, which is probably obvious, but it's actually with the pitch that we made to Ethan to be able to make the game, and we also made the whole inside of the station as well. Which the station gets a lot more NPCs and characters as the game progresses. And for anybody interested, I'm playing with an NX gamepad. It's a fantastic gamepad. I'm not trying to sell their stuff, but the D-pad is super responsive and the buttons are really comfortable. Fun fact about those trees is you can chop trees down in the next mission, and those trees were forever just didn't do anything with them. And then 1 week before the game's released, the trees are actually a choppable thing finally. Blue Cop tells you if you do regular attacks, you get a little bit of MP back. That's to encourage characters to do moves, or players to do moves, because you can always just kind of get your MP back. Blue Cop gets lots of music-based moves. And his head is stuck on a stick with a bomb inside of it. That is also part of the comic book. For those that don't know, if you play the game with the gamepad, push the left face button and you can pull up this party swap menu, and from there you can quickly push left, right, or down to quickly swap between your characters. On the keyboard, it is an S button. You can also see this information from the controls. So if you're on a keyboard and the game doesn't recognize if you're on a gamepad or not, you just go to gamepad and it'll load up the controls to the gamepad. So it makes it pretty easy. if anybody knows what this object is, it's not from the first issue, but it is from one of the earlier issues, and it does become important later. A good trick with Flute Cop is to kind of stun people all the time, and when you can't stun people, you can really like hammer down their defense. I made a game called Batman and Robin, and originally it was just like HP, MP, and I think power is all you could do in that. And I always loved Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, how you could just completely customize the entire character. So when building Axe Cop, I definitely wanted to incorporate all of that. And the cool thing about this from the Batman game is based on what stats you have after a level up determines what moves you learn. Like when I increase Axe Cop's power, he's going to learn a new move. And the same thing goes for all the characters, which kind of makes stat growth a little bit like suggestive. Like you want to get the best moves, you got to kind of level up how you do. And the trick to running and jumping, every character has a field stat, which, oh cool, I'm not blocking it. It's in the bottom right in the status menu. So like, Flute Cop can jump 4 spaces, Axe Cop can jump 5 spaces. It also gives you a lot of good information about what your characters can do. So like, Axe Cop can jump a little further, so if there's a spot you can't jump with Flute Cop, you're gonna have to swap to Axe Cop to make that jump. Flute Cop's stun move is especially useful on these enemies because they have a hit all enemy like attack. Like what just happened. And they're just a little, they might have the same speed as Flute Cop. And the reason why there's only Brontosauruses and Triceratops to kill is that's the way it was in the comics. Like when they went to the Land of Volcanoes to kill the gang of dinosaurs, it was just these 2 dinosaurs. And sodas and sugary drinks like Freezies, they're like the potions of the game if you're a Final Fantasy fan. Because in the comics, Malachai says soda is better than juice, and that is true. later on in the game, there's different characters that can play music. So if you come back to old song statues later, you can actually trigger different results. Like the Water Queen, she can sing. And if you hit all the song statues with the Water Queen in this level, she unlocks like a super secret area. We just have to fight the boss of the dinosaurs. I'm actually gonna go back to the station, get some more soda. Because there is a vending machine. I'm probably good to fight the boss now. Station vending machine never runs out of soda. This is actually the first enemy we made the entire game. And at the time, our game engine did not have custom-sized sprites. So he actually was split down the middle of two T-Rex halves. And so when the game updated, it was much cleaner that we could just change the sprites into two big sprites. Soda Biggie is a super huge Final Fantasy VII freak, and the very first boss of Final Fantasy VII is the Scorpion robot guy. I don't know his exact name, but he has this whole thing where he's like, "Oh no, his tail's up! You better not hit him." So it's a fun Easter egg for us to reference that game with our first boss. See, like him dying just then was a lot cleaner than it used to be. cool thing about Flute Cop is Flute Cop gets a lot of different forms, and they're like a lot of forms are kind of hybrids of other forms. So this particular move, unlocking it with Flute Cop, means that it's unlocked with the other character later. That's kind of like a fun little trick. And if you haven't read the comics, every time blood or something gross gets on Flute Cop, he typically transforms into something else. We tried to pick his most, like, our favorite forms that he has for the game. Some of them were not very practical to do. Like Giant Rat Cop was not very practical. But the ones we picked were pretty great. So yeah, that was Sidger's on. I always like the idea of there being aerial bad guys in RPGs. I think Final Fantasy X was the first game I played that did that, and it seemed like it was super well done. So I did it on another game, but everyone brought it to this game too. So obviously if a bad guy's flying, you can't hit him. And then certain characters like Dinosaur Soldier, you get aerial moves as their default attack. So the Axe House attack failed, the Dinosaur Soldier was able to hit him. Alexa, cancel. Didn't really fight Sideshow, I guess. But he died anyway. One of my favorite parts about writing some of the Axe Cop dialogue is just how much he did not like Unibaby. And I see a lot of people cosplay as Axe Cop and Unibaby, but I was just like, Axe Cop was always just so annoyed with Unibaby. So this is a big part of the game is that Axe Cop doesn't have his list of all bad guys. So he's got to put everybody in jail. Because he can't kill them because it's murder. But if he had that list, it wouldn't be. this kind of gun cop was kind of Axe Cop's first real bad guy, I think. So what you have to do now is you have to blow up all the pieces of Sidrazon that fell off into the city. Oh shit, Soda Piggy's in on here. And you rescue Ethan. Ethan runs a comic book shop in town. He keeps all track of like all of your stats and stuff, like all kinds of random data. Speaking of Soda Piggy, he actually wanted to keep track of all of Leaf Man's moves that he does, like that really lame spirally Leaf move. So, yeah, that's in there for no reason other than the fact that it made Soda Piggy laugh. I've watched a lot of people play this game, and that burn always makes me laugh. So you can't go into the stores until you save people. So the shopkeeper must need to be saved. But we saved Ethan so he can come inside and look at all this stuff. There was one tester, he was determined to break the desk in the office an unlimited amount of times. So finally I just put a global variable in there for that. And there's the Soda Piggy thing. The spraying effect is like one of my favorite things I've done in the game. I got to the point where I probably did it too much, but I always thought it was cool. And Soda Piggy and myself were in the game. Fun fact about this NPC is, this is James Page. He programs some mini-games for the game itself, but he's also the creator of our game engine, the OHR RPG CE. So we're gonna see Tom after we blow up all the Cyclone parts and save everybody. And that was the last one. So I'm gonna hit up the convenience store before I go to the fruit stand. Also, fun fact, there's a clock in the background. I bought that. Maybe it's because I'm further away. better. I always think the audio is going to pick up in microphone, but I think it goes to the webcam. Tom. So in the comic book, everybody gets a special, where it's just Axe Cop and Dinosaur Soldier get fruit. Well, we're gonna build this whole fruit stand in the game, so we thought we might as well make fruit a super important part of the game. So, fruit actually lets you do special moves with certain characters. Like, Axe Cop learns Lemon Slice, which is the equivalent of Axe Cop with Lemon, which was the joke in the comic book. And, this is my little Family Guy joke, where it's like, if Flute Cop or Dinosaur Soldier was like Cleveland Brown, where Peter blows up his house, he's like, oh no, 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 no! So I always imagine that's kind of his attitude whenever this happens. Yeah, they get apple hands in the comic book as well. And there's a very simple trick to fighting this battle. Unibaby restores all Telescope Gun Cop's MP, so knocking her out first is kind of the way to go. And she goes down pretty easy. It causes Telescope Gun Cop to waste a couple moves once in a while. So Axe Cop doesn't know what to do with Unibaby because, I mean, who would? She's a terrible baby. He locks her up. He tells the wrestler to punch her if she cries, which, if you're far enough away from her, she does that. But then if you start getting closer, she stops crying. So that was like a fun little thing I did. She doesn't want to get hit. And just to validate Soda Piggy's stat, now the Leaf Man thing's going to be at 2. The Snow Planet mission is actually a combination of 2 stories. We wanted to combine them all together to kind of make one really cool snow mission. They don't have any money, so they just, you know, they give you their dog. And he's just a regular dog. Just a regular dog. But then Axe Cop exploits Unibaby for having a unicorn horn. And now we get Ralph Wrinkles, which is like the best character in the whole game, really. I kept trying to make other characters better, but there was just no way to do it. Ralph Wrinkles is the best one. So if you go back to old levels that you've never been to before, and with characters like Ralph Wrinkles who can find secrets, you can find secrets and stuff. Also, Ralph Wrinkles can jump the furthest of any character. Dead Rat is like pretty important for a side quest later on in the game. I don't entirely remember where all the secrets were. I know where one big one is. And now we are at the end of where we can go with Ralph Wrinkles. Always good to have more of those. Alright. Make sure I'm good on items. Yeah, I'm probably okay. don't think there's any secrets around here. Oh, there is one down here. I know what it is, but you have to have a different character in the group to deal with all these obstacles. I've only played this game like a million times, so I should probably have it memorized by now. See, this is the first and only level that you can chop wood. I always thought it was pretty funny that Axe Cop never, ever chops wood in the comic book. But yeah, that's like a thing you can do in the game. It's like everyone's gonna be like, finally, we can chop wood! Yes! So tired of cutting heads. Just wanna chop firewood. Bad Santa Claus turned Snowbird's house into a super spooky rock venue. Yeah, the minigame that's getting ready to happen is by another OHR user. His name is Spoonweaver. Richard Upchurch. That's a pretty fun little minigame. It was at the first demo that we did at Orlando IX 2 years ago, and it was also part of our PAX demo. In this particular moment, the sound guy that we hired, he heard that, and he came and had this huge conversation with me about how Soda Piggy did bit crushing on the real guitar, and which that little bit was my actual guitar, so that's the only sound I actually contributed for the whole game. But yeah, like that's how we got our sound guy, is at Orlando IX. The guy heard the sound and he's like, whoa, you guys are bit-crushing sounds. So then we hired him to do all the sounds of the game. I mean, like, Soda Piggy probably did maybe a dozen or less, but like there's like 400 sound effects, and Ryan did most of them. The best joke about this minigame is that even if you lose, you still get the high score. And that was a funny joke to tell people at conventions, even if they lost. I'm like, well, don't feel too bad, you still got the high score. And that was always really funny to me, at least. And that beautiful avalanche in the background is, that's Soda Piggy's idea. The whole reason why there is an avalanche minigame is because when I was a kid, I could never get past the 4th level in Sonic the Hedgehog 3. And I always wanted to really get to the Ice Cap Zone. And in all the game magazines I read as a kid, you could go snowboarding. And I was like, oh man, if I could just get past that stupid 4th level. But, never could. until I got older and realized that Sega was tricking me. So, finally had to do the snowboarding level. I just had to put it in my own game. I'm really glad I did that as flawlessly as I did, because that doesn't usually happen. And yeah, I got the new high score, so nobody's ever gotten perfect. I don't really think you can, but you do get bonus points if you do. This is also a really good joke. What's bad Santa week 2 besides exercise? I mean, that makes sense. So I have to find a switch to get in. That is actually the singing tree, and we did not design that wolf. We did design a bat for this game, this level. But that's the shield wolf from Volume 2, Bad Guy Earth. What makes Ralph like the MVP of the game is he's like a really good red mage, but he's probably more white mage than black mage with his spells. But for 10 MP, he can restore and revive a character. So if you just keep powering up his special throughout the game, you can just heal your party member for like nothing. This is basically telling you that bad guys won't respawn right away, but after a certain amount of steps or time, they do. Different levels have different enemy respawn rates. It's probably not fair to people that are playing this game or people that are watching me play, because I know everywhere to go, and I've played the game like a million times. But yeah, you're supposed to like walk around and explore with Ralph Wrinkles, and then you'll find the cave. Everyone always winds up doing it, so I don't feel bad about just blazing right through. I always typically level Axe Cop up the same way. I usually just alternate between his HP and his power. But I've seen other people play the game where they don't. And the game is still surprisingly balanced. For people that don't level them up that way. It's just what I do. Yeah, if you run and then you slide on the ice, you move faster. But if you don't, you just move for like it takes forever. And the Bat is one of the only characters that we designed for this area. There's one more custom character. But I think Soda Piggy based the Bat on the Bat from Castlevania. And the reason why they're presents instead of like treasure chests is because we always thought that, you know, Axe Cop's written by a 5-year-old, so a 5-year-old, like, this is all in the perspective of what a 5-year-old would want, so a 5-year-old would want presents, so that's kind of what we were thinking. One of the play sessions, I watched Soda Piggy do this part, and it took an embarrassingly long time. He probably will not appreciate me saying that, but... I say that, and then it's gonna take me forever to get out. That's probably karma. That was a very, very patient wolf. So I usually alternate with Ralph Wrinkle's MP and Special. I got a really bad habit of never really touching his HP, and then he winds up not having enough, so... I like to do his MP first, because, you know, that's like one more healing laser eyes that he can do. This is a particularly funny Easter egg because in the comic book, Axe Cop babysits Unibaby for Uniman, and he wants $5 to do the job. Because I guess in Malachai's world, $5 is like this enormous amount of money. So it's not a lot in the game world, but it's just a funny joke. And the worst thing a kid can get out of a present is clothes. And this is our last original enemy for this area. If you come back with Baby Man later, and you fight another pile of clothes, you can actually learn his 100 Socks move, which is the same as Cactar in Final Fantasy, with his like 1,000 Needles attack. Probably gonna need to boost Scout's accuracy. And we're almost halfway done with the Snow Planet. Scout just assumes that all of his friends are weak. Should probably get lots of sodas, because you're going to die. That might be a little better for the microphone. Because I always forget I'll do HP. Alright, this is the first boss of the Snow Planet. It can be a little nasty. This is another boss that used to be two halves that we were able to later go back and make it one. We had to put a bear in because Ethan is like the bear guy. He even wrote a book about how bears want to kill you. That bear's no joke. And that's the bear. This is accuracy because of issues with that. Give him a little more power. So basically, we decided that all the monsters in the Snow Planet were monsters that the Flying Book made. So every monster that you kill along the way to the rematch with Bad Santa Claus, you're actually weakening him. So now we have Soccer Run, which, based on our poll, is everyone's favorite character that they're most looking forward to playing as. Well, she is really cool. I mean, she has remote control socks, which basically is the same thing as like Batman's remote batarang in the Arkham games. See, that's a little better for audio. Still pretty low. Okay. If anyone can not hear my voice, just let me know so I can see if I can make an adjustment. Fun fact, you can barely see it, but if you enter the door, you can kind of see a little purple piece of machinery in the upper left. If you go back with the right character, right here, there's little claw marks. You can climb up there and interact with that object. So we do vitamins in this game because kids are supposed to take their vitamins. So and they don't know what vitamins are what. So we just did vitamins A through I think L. for all the different stats, so they don't necessarily match with what the actual vitamin B or vitamin C would do, but they just go right down the order with the... But now that we have Sakurang, these bad guys will be a lot easier. And the trick to level up boosts in this game is basically every time you level up and you pick a stat, so like I picked Special with Ralph Ringles, the next level up, that level up boost number will be half of what it was just now. That's to discourage people from just using the same stats all the time. Because otherwise you just pick Power every time with Axe Cop. That would just be insane. So the only way through here is the grappling gear, which you will need Bad Warthog Man for later. Because you have to get your $500 back from the Grinch monster. Or a Christmas monster. Can't call him a Grinch. Got a little lucky with that one. So everything's almost too easy with the four of them. Exactly. I think Soda Piggy still hates the graphic of the fruit candy. But it's supposed to look like a package of Starburst, which is kind of what I thought the fruit candies were. Another vitamin. This one is defense. Just gonna keep powering up Axe Scout. That Chip Challenge is an amazing game. That's like entirely what Mr. Triangle's Maze was based on. And then when I told Worthy that, he got really mad. Because he thought we were being completely original. I think he's forgotten that by now. Is the audio better right now versus earlier? Cool, nice. And for anybody that didn't come at the beginning, I'm playing with an NX gamepad. It's actually so good, I actually bought another set and emailed them to Soda Piggy because it's like the most comfortable D-pad, and the buttons are super soft and responsive as well. So, I try to tell everybody I can about these gamepads. Alright. Stone Power. Well, that sucked. So everybody gets a different fruit, like I said before. That's Sakurai's fruit. Ralph Wrinkles gets a berry blast move where he can shoot with strawberries. Which I learned by looking up what fruit was actually safe for dogs. Dogs can actually eat berries and stuff. So after I did the research for Ralph Wrinkles, I started feeding my own dog strawberries once in a while. And that's a little troublemaker. I think this is the last timed challenge of the level. Alright. Well, it could just be cheap and just go right to the secret. But I'll do that after I read the sign. So there's like this thing. I don't know why people don't take the shortcut with this. So you go 5 paces south, 4 paces east, 2 paces north, 10 paces east. So it's 14 paces east. And then 5 paces south minus 2, so you go 3 down and 14 across. So math. It's what's for dinner. Vitamin A. The best vitamin to get next to C. Because it boosts HP. For those wondering who kind of did what in the game, all the map tiles and stuff like that, and a lot of the basic sprites are mine, and a lot of the fancy stuff, like the battles, the music, that's all Soda Piggy. This is all him. That talented SOB. So, like, when somebody went on Twitter and made perler beads of my sprites, I was like, yes! They did my art, not his. Finally! Recognition. I'm gonna save that because I know that's a pile of clothes. Alright, we're almost to the top. Where we can just destroy Bad Santa Claus. I thought it was really important that all the characters could kind of get like a free way to recharge MP. It's like my least favorite thing in RPGs is like when you run out of MP, then you can't do any of your moves. So I always hated the idea of like, oh, you gotta save all of your moves to the boss. Which is garbage. Because like, why can't you just use them now? It might take a little bit to get them back, but at least you can kind of recover in some way. So, this particular spot is pretty secret. This is actually where you go if you want to use that dead rat that I found earlier. Which there are many more dead rats throughout the game. And we are almost done with the snow planet. We're actually getting ready to meet the most powerful character in all of Axe Cup. This is him, everybody. The most powerful guy in the game. It's Mr. Stalker. He doesn't have any powers. And now we have a ladder. This joke here is also really funny. He just makes his own door. Honestly, I didn't want to deal with lining up the characters to come out of the igloo, but this is a lot easier, and it felt a lot more Axe Cop-like. Alright, here we go. All those Snoward kids. The Flying Book doesn't have enough power to, The Flying Book has been weakened because we fought all those random monsters, so he can't blow us away again. And... Alright. There we go. The book is weakened by fire. It sometimes will close, and then Bad Santa's like, you can't get through it because you'll never burn through its cover. And then that's like this trick to use the Axe Cop fire version of his axe beam attack. It might happen if I hit Bad Santa Claus. Yeah, there he goes. We're closing the book. Pretty sure that's Soda Piggy's guitar. Yeah, I did the move before he, won't be so bad. Got a bunch of MP for Ralph Pringles. Well, that was not ideal. It's a little bit tough. It's gotta be going down in a second. Yeah, he's gone. Everybody leveled up. Or for my OHR friends, everyone got promoted. And Sakura got blood on him. His blood's kind of like a big deal in the X Cup world. And now he learns this really awesome move where he can buff everybody all at once. And the spell is gone. I used a sample of a dog licking for that sound effect before Ryan made it a real sound. And it seemed to, it was pretty funny. Just when it was the actual dog sound. And we have a lead on the next bad guy. Dr. Stinky Head. Apparently X Cup went to school with him. That may or may not be a big deal throughout the game. So I just continued the whole Axe got super annoyed with Unibaby. She's your problem now, guys. And then Ralph learns a kick-ass ice move. This is where the Unibaby stuff ends, because Axe Cop doesn't want to deal with it anymore. He just shuts them down. In the comic book, I think, right now, Unibaby is Uniman's kid, but that was like a rabbit hole we did not want to go down. I wanted to give X-Cop a invisible phone, like an old 80s phone, but I couldn't do that because it was only in the show. And the rule was, if it was in the show only, you could not do it in the game. But if it was in the comic and the show, I could. Well, he never got a phone in the comic book, so I just gave him a smartphone. Soda Piggy drew this really kick-ass portal. We definitely get a lot of mileage out of that portal, but it's so cool every time. So you can change Avocado back to his different forms. So I'll probably tee up the next mission, and then I'll probably call it. So we'll just do a little bit more. I'm gonna go buy some items before I deal with them. Vitamin A on Go. Now you can buy 2 liters. We actually made a late development decision to make a 3 liter, a 3rd tier healing item, because I was at the end of the game testing the final boss and I was like, oh man, this 2 liter is just not cutting it. It's not even cutting it by a lot. So, did the 3 liter. Soda Piggy will deny this, but they were not supposed to have the same graphic for both, like both feet and stuff. There's supposed to be a totally different pose for Fire Slicer. It totally works out, but he likes to pretend like he got away with it. This is the first place in the game where I really started using a lot of dialogue straight from the comic book. Like, I don't even know if I could come up with... Like, I tried really hard to make dialogue that was similar to what they said in the comics. But I don't even know if I could write stuff like that. Just, I don't know. I don't think I could naturally come to that spot. Another fun fact, there was, I guess, 3 years ago, is when I met Soda Piggy in person. And we met in San Antonio, Texas, and then I had dinner with his wife and him, and then the next day I went to his apartment, and we hung out for a while and worked on the game, just hung out. And he drew these ninjas at his apartment the day that I went over there. So it was the fastest we ever got sprites done. Just be like, hey man, does this work? Yeah. Cool, what about this? Yeah. Done. So Mr. Mutana Izu was his X-Cop's teacher in fighting school. And Dr. Sticky went there as well. Alright, so that tees it up for the third mission. I'm gonna stop here after I save, and then I might do another one of these later. So it's kind of fun. Okay, well thanks for watching everybody.